Somebody tell me when you see us.
You're up.
Yep.
See the notification.
Gotcha. Music.
Man, the state troopers are out today.
Somebody about to get a ticket.
Hey, man. Hey, one was hanging off the side of the road. I barely saw him. I'm not speeding.
Somebody about to get a ticket.
Hey, man.
Oh, turn that down.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl, Dizzy, and welcome to the next episode of What You Got to Say. I got my crazy co-host in the building, and of course, I'm sure that you see we have some unfamiliar faces, but I'm sure they're going to be familiar names. So I'm going to go with the home squad first. What's up, Miss Kela Mahogany?
Hey, y'all. Let's get it cracking.
And what's up, Mr. Cabana Blaq?
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
And we have Miss Cool Candice. What's up, lady?
What's up, y'all? It's time to chop it up.
And we have Mr. Tyrone Greggory.
Gang, let's get it.
All right, so the new faces that we have, but you probably will know the names. This is Guest and Fan Appreciation Day on What You Got to Say. So we kind of all sat around with each other and had a conversation about some of our guests and fans who tune in almost every single week, provide insight, provide jokes, provide some guidance, maybe even sometimes, and provided inspiration in some way, shape, or form to the team. Now, we definitely invited a couple more than what you see in front of you, but hey, it's the holidays, so you know. Family is kind of more important, but these guys took time out of their busy schedule to be able to be here with us today. So our first one is Sir Brunson, Albert Brunson.
Indeed.
Who follows us every week. So we appreciate you, Mr. Brunson, for coming. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from and all that stuff, or whatever you want to share?
No.
Got you, and that's all good. All right, our next guest.
Get y'all.
I know, right? I know. Our next guest that is on the screen is Miss Sam. So Miss Sam actually joined us on the Cuties episode to talk about the Cuties conspiracy on Netflix. However, Miss Sam has definitely been a guest that has inspired the hell out of us because she has been on the forefront of fighting for Black Lives Matter and against police brutality in the Detroit, Michigan area. So Miss Sam, what's up, girl? Hey, boo.
Hey.
You want to say anything? Look, don't do it, Albert Brunson. You want to say anything about yourself or anything of the sort, just as an introduction for yourself?
See, I wasn't expecting that one. I had every other expecting that one.
Give them your TikTok handles. Tell them.
There you go.
Yeah, so I hit 50K followers on TikTok this week.
Congratulations.
Nice.
So it's at Pixie Ginger. Some people are there because I post poly stuff. Some people are there because I post stuff about the kids, post stuff about being poor, posting stuff about reacting to commenters, which are usually homophobic, transphobic, or racist. Basically, I turn on my phone and yell at it. Which is good because I have a really hard time doing it in person, so it helps.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Marcus Dwayne of Marcus Dwayne Images. I met Marcus back when we were in Germany, and he has been a dope staple in my life because he has been one of the most supportive photographers that I've ever worked with for my show. But what I think is dope is that Mr. Marcus was over in Korea, And I realized that he was tuning into our show while he was over in Korea. And I'm like, dude, ain't it like hella dark 30 in the morning? And he didn't care. And then when we asked for insight about, give us ideas for shows that you want us to do, he came out of the park and he was like, hey, we need help on how to start a business. Can y'all please drop some jewels? And we did a show just for Marcus. So Marcus, about yourself, introduce.
Well, hello. I'm Marcus, or Marcus Dwayne Images. Yeah, from Memphis. That's about it.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Look, they real quiet when they're on camera. I'm telling you, these are shadow boxes in the comments. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. I'm just driving right now, so yeah. Okay, don't worry.
It's all good. It's all good. And so I'm waiting for him to connect, but I just saw Mr. Lance come in the waiting room. So Lance will be joining us here on screen in a few minutes. And I'm just going to do a precursor to who Lance is. I want to say almost every single show, and by the way, I believe this is like our 38th, 39th episode. Lance has been on maybe all, but I'm going to say maybe he missed 5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a big maybe.
And Lance always provides the flip to the coin, another way to look at things, in depth, like true discussion on what we're talking about, to make us think about it from another point of view. Sometimes we agree with him, sometimes we don't, but it's all right. This is not the what you got to agree about show. This is what you got to say. And so I really appreciate his contributions.
He go back and forth with Kela a lot too.
Yes, he does. He loves it. You know what? Right. And look, please correct me if I'm wrong. Did I completely skip Mr. Cabana Blaq?
No.
I did. I got you. Okay. I was like, I don't remember him saying, I'm that dude.
I did.
He did.
I did.
And don't you think?
Oh.
I see you.
You not that dude no more?
I'm gonna pull it
Not
out.
today.
Not today.
It's okay. It's all good.
Okay. We'll be that dude for you. We got
So I have a question.
Who got a question?
Marcus.
All right, Marcus, what's up?
So since I really can't type it in, how do I do the Google eyes?
Who you looking at? Who you looking at?
That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does do that every show. Put the eyes in like I see y'all. Just dip your glasses down a little bit.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right.
All right.
You ain't do it.
He driving.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm not touching my phone. Hey, safety's first.
Yeah, he points at me. Yeah, he points at me.
Yeah, safety first. Exactly. All right. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna go around first and ask. I would like to know what makes you guys tune into us. So what makes you guys decide to tune into us and hear the craziness that comes out of our mouths and our brains? Why do you choose us? Anybody can start first. You know, we grown ups. He was like, I don't know. They said, I don't know. I ain't got shit to do on Sunday. That's what it is.
I would say, foremost, when I start tuning in is the diverse topics that you all talk about and how to delve some topics go. Because everybody have different experiences. So I would say as far as the different topics you all bring to the table every Sunday.
All right, cool. Thank you. We appreciate that input. What about you, Miss Sam? Why us? Why this crazy crew?
So it's just like everything else in 2020. What started as a reason I was doing something evolved into something more. So what I mean by that is, Dizzy, I've known you a long time. Mm-hmm. And at some point during the year, I was like, I want to know what's going on with Dizzy. So I'm going to start watching this. But then as the weeks progressed and I continued watching, and I hope this is not offensive, but it was free education.
It was what? Say it again.
Free education.
Oh, okay.
And so it was foolish for me to not take what was available, especially when it can help me be better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No,
Good.
it does. It does. Thank you.
All right. What about you, Mr. Brunson?
Well, it was more to show support. As you know, I met you back in '06. Back in
Right.
'06, we was in Germany, and then I actually met Mr. Tyrone Greggory back in '06 and in Germany. And I was like, wow, we've known each other for a very long time. And he was like, hey man, I got this podcast coming out. I want you to come check it out. And I was like, I don't listen to no goddamn going podcast, man. What I look like? I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, no, just check it out. I said, no problem. I'm gonna show you my love, show some support. And I just checked it out. I was like, okay. Just took about an hour, maybe 2 hours out of my time. And every day I just sit there and listen to it. And yeah, I'll be just sitting in the comments. I'm joking and bloking the whole time in the comment section. And I was like, man, they be dropping some gems, you know? And it's not that everybody's just in there just agreeing with everybody. And that was what I kind of loved even more, because that you can get your point across and someone else can just have a whole different, point and be like, well, I hear you, but this is my point. Or, okay, I agree to disagree because this is my point. And still have love at the end of it all and be like, you know what? We could still live together and love one another, but we could still understand that, okay, I see your point, you see my point, and we could both just still travel down this road together, but we both had that one bump, you know what I'm saying? So it just, like I said, it's an enlightenment, you know what I'm saying? And everybody listens to one another, and to be able to come together, I said, wow, this is beautiful. And if we could just take this and make it bigger, I said, just add everybody's numbers together and make it bigger, this would be a beautiful thing. So why not do it? Why not do it?
Thank you. That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you. So look, we have Miss in the audience, we have Miss Patricia Alston that says, I choose it because this is my first time listening to a podcast, and plus my daughter would feel some type of way if I didn't. But this is something new to me and I enjoy it. I'm assuming this is Kela's mama.
That's right. Her and my daddy. I've been like, excuse me. Passing the link every single week. Log on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Dwayne Smith is out there. Hey, Dwayne, we see you. Dwayne says, good topics. I love Cabana. I love Dizzy. And I love it's a good panel. Jasmine says she loves to show love and support. And we got some other people saying, hey, hi, hey, hi. So hey, hi to y'all as well. So I want to kind of do a thing about trending topics. So we're going to bring up, I've got a list, but we don't have to go just by my list. If you guys want to know what each other feels about a particular topic, I'd like to bring it up, allow the team to say something, and allow our guests to say something about what they feel on this particular topic. So the first one to shoot the round off. COVID vaccine.
Bing.
You taking it or not? You taking it or you not taking it?
Go first. Look. It's a vaccine. Whatever. It takes a stupid amount of time to actually make one that's gonna work. Me personally, I haven't heard of the side effects that are taking place, or what it's causing. And for that reason, I'm going to pause on trying to rush and get it. I'll never get the first round of nothing to come out. I don't want the first iPhone. I don't want the first PlayStation. I'm gonna wait till y'all work all them kinks out. And then I'm gonna swing back around to it after a while. So for right now, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Everybody, who else is on side with Candice?
Just thankful that I'm the last. I don't have any kids. I don't work with the public. I don't have a city job. So y'all are not thinking about me when it comes to this vaccine. So I'll wait.
Right.
Wow.
I am the last. Even though my dad is like, nah, you better get your butt up in there. You can't see me if you don't have this vaccine. So we'll see.
Right.
Well, I asked a question. Even if you take the vaccine, how long is the vaccine actually viable in your system? No one knows. So even if you took it and you go see your father or you go see your grandmother and grandfather, how long is it actually viable in your system to protect you against the virus to go see them? No one knows. And you can still walk into their home, 2-3 weeks later and boom, take it into them because we don't know how long it stays in your system that's viable to actually protect you against it as a carrier. So that's just something else to kind of be out there. And something else is also, what people don't know is that there's a lot of people that can't take the virus. can't take the virus. I'm sorry, can't take the vaccine, and
Right.
you actually have to take 2 shots.
Right.
You have to take the first initial one, then you have to go back. I think it's about a week or 2 weeks later, and take the second one. It's kind of like the boosters that we was taking when we was going out Iraq and Afghanistan. Well, actually Iraq, but so you have to get the 2 shots in between, and then we still don't know how long it's supposed to stay viable in your system. And along with those long-term effects. So thank you, cool Candice. As I don't want to be the guy, 5 years later down the road, and you see it on a commercial, have you or one of your loved ones taking this shot, and now you got anal leakage, for the rest of your life. So, and it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there.
I did see a article that I read on the list of side effects. Thankfully, anal leakage was not one of them.
But that put fear in people, don't it?
Right? No, they said the article that I read was expressing concern because the side effects are uncomfortable, like body aches and like basically what you see in some people from the flu. And their concern is that people are going to get the first one, go, man, this sucks, and not go back and get the second one. So they wanted to warn people that the first reaction is probably going to be the only reaction. But it's like, it's the words they used were, it's miserable, but it's not COVID. So I too am gonna wait, but I'm gonna wait because I don't have a choice. I looked into it. The vaccines aren't even gonna be here for my family or people in my family until March.
Right.
So that's gonna I'm just gonna keep monitoring everything else and see where we're at come March.
Okay. What's up, Marcus? What you want to say?
There was something that came out, if I'm not mistaken, that even if you take the vaccine, you still have to wear a mask, you still got to put all your precautions on. And I don't have the hard fact, because I forgot where I read it at, that even if you take the vaccine, it's 95% good for you. I mean, it's still, you have the same chances of getting COVID, even if you had the vaccine or not.
Indeed.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you want to get a shot? You still got the same chances, or because of side effects, now you have the risk of catching something else on top of that.
Indeed.
Right.
Indeed.
Right. I think I'm in the same boat with Candice. However, so we were in a room the other day in Clubhouse, and we were talking about common sense. Is common sense common or not? And of course, it got on to the COVID conversation and about the vaccine. And so I am on board with Candice saying, hey, I don't want the first one. Maybe the next round I'm probably cool with receiving, but this first round I'm not cool with receiving. But when other factors, I think, in people's lives come into play, then that's when people say, okay, wait a minute. Am I willing to put my own livelihood in danger to appease this vaccine? And so right in my right state of mind right this second, I can say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have it. But if at some point airlines start making it a requirement based off other countries' requirements, I'm finna fly. So I'm gonna fly. So unless y'all are taking religious waivers or something to allow me not to take it, I'm probably gonna shoot myself up. The other part of it is that so my father right now has an extremely compromised immune system right now. And so if we get to a point where I'm not able to see my father, if I can't show proof of vaccination or something, you better believe I'm gonna let them shoot me up with the unknown so I can go be with my father for his health reasons. And hey, you never know, 20 years down the line, there may be a commercial that says, hey, did you take the first COVID shot? You might be entitled to compensation. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe it causes mesothelioma. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does, I'll deal with that 20 years down the line if I can see my father today. That's the only thing that would change my mind.
I respect that. But
yeah,
at the same time, it's like, I get into those little YouTube tunnels.
Rabbit hole.
I'm just watching YouTube and I'm just like, yo. and I'm learning shit, but then I gotta research what I'm looking at, and I'm Googling and I'm watching YouTube, and they said they got nanobites in the damn vaccine.
Nanomites.
No, they said nanobites in what I saw.
Have they been nibbling on you?
But I don't know. But they said it was little robots. And I was like, I said, like I looked at the TV. I was like, they put little bitty robots into the
Did you get off of the Onion?
Huh?
He was like,
what website was you on?
No, I'm telling you. No, hey, Kela.
No bites.
Kela, you ain't even.
Don't believe what you watch on YouTube.
Kela, you not
biting the
bullshit.
shit
Not
out you.
bullshit.
Greg also was watching Transformers at the same time.
Man, shut up, man.
He was like, damn, COVID.
Look, I saw this shit and I was like, I thought it was unbelievable. I was like, who would even think that? Like, think that.
Don't forget.
I know a few.
Go ahead, Kela.
I would think that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to listen to what you just said because I was like, damn, they probably are putting nanobites.
Like, no, it's the real shit I saw. But I didn't believe it. I was just like, damn, but why would they even put that out there?
People crazy.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They would wait till you've been infected by the nanomite.
Exactly.
And then
Nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever know until they're like, how the fuck you get here? How did you track me? Oh.
They say that with every
You got
new
the
vaccine.
nanobites in your body. I got you.
Yeah, it's the nanobites.
It's bad that things that are invented to help us can also harm us with the wrong intention.
Yeah.
Right. So we got some people in the audience. Jasmine saying no vaccine. Nope. Not even a flu shot. Absolutely not. We have Mr. Frank Olivier in France saying hi. That's another one of our true every single week tuning into what you got to say as well.
He's supposed to be on here.
I know, right? I need to get him up. He was busy. He was busy today, but he on here now. We'll talk about that later. He was busy. Yes. All right. So next question.
Lance.
Yeah, Lance. You got Lance on.
Oh, Lance.
What's up, Cannon?
Can you guys hear me?
The slowness.
Hey,
Lance,
can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
a little bit.
Cannon.
I was thinking the same thing, Greg.
Can you guys hear me? I'm trying to drive around and find signal.
Okay, you want to try again?
Can you guys hear me now?
He's frozen.
Yeah, I think
How about now?
I can hear you now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to drive around and find signal.
I stole his
This
internet.
is crazy.
It was them damn nanomites.
It was some nanomites and bites. They working together.
Stole his signal.
Telling you.
Hey, Lance. Hey, thank you.
you
Welcome.
guys-
We are so glad
Can you guys hear me?
you have joined us.
How about now?
Hey, Lance.
Bro,
Just listen for a little bit.
signal broke.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We hear you keep asking the same question, and we love you for joining the show. But bro, all we hear is, can you hear me?
Well, I'm glad. Sorry.
It's all right. We ain't gonna be able to.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to be here. I hope everybody.
Cool. So we're going around
I hope
asking.
you guys had a wonderful Christmas.
We did. Thank you. So we're going around asking trending topics. And we just talked about the COVID vaccine, whether or not we would take it. So would you or would you not? And if so, why or why not?
As of right now, I agree with most of you. I would not, for the reason I do not know the side effects. I do not know how it will affect me and my body and affect my family down the road. Since I have young ones, I have to take that into consideration, especially when I have a wife and a younger daughter that's immune system is already pretty much shot. Then I have to be very cautious of who I'm around, what I'm around. So as of right now, no. We had an option throughout the military to volunteered to take it, and I opted out for that reason.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Oh,
We got
hold
Michael.
on, hold on. They gave y'all the option, like the military now, they're giving out an option.
It's the new army.
2 weeks ago, they sent out an email.
Yeah.
Is that for civilians or active duty?
Y'all not understanding, like, I was never given the option about a vaccine.
Ooh, we got
Now the Pentagon.
Okay, go ahead.
I think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was waiting for you.
Okay, so I think the reasoning behind it is why they're not making it mandatory is because I think they don't even know right now the full effect of what it will have. And if they mandated everybody to get it in the military, who knows what kind of effect that will have on the personnel and like the what do they say, the HR metrics. Like it'll put people out of commission. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So they have to take that in consideration as well, because you can't fight a war with a certain percentage of people down. It's just not going to happen.
Got you.
No, we was at war though, for real. I thought we wasn't.
That part.
I thought it was peace.
Right. So we got Michael Peterson said he feels it's important to understand the science. The protection from your body, the protection comes from your body's ability to create the antibody for COVID. It does not give you COVID like other flu vaccines, but programs your cells to reproduce the protein that creates the antibody. He said, don't worry, young people. So I get it, Michael. I understand exactly what you're saying, because actually at the forefront of COVID, I didn't understand how everybody forgot 10th grade biology. I didn't understand how people forgot what they've been, that's biology, to know that this is what occurs. And I find it really crazy that, you know, you look at what you've been taught, obviously, I guess, of biology, and they talk about receptor sites and all of that. Everybody can't get COVID, just like everybody can't get AIDS, just like everybody can't get flu. If you don't have the receptor site to receive the virus, you're not gonna get it. You can be a carrier, but you don't have to get infected by it. And so, I mean, I get it, understand the science, but like I said, it's gonna have to be a dire situation where I will accept it. And I agree with Lance. I think Lance and I are pretty much on the same page with that.
You're just using a lot of big words though that people ain't gonna understand.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Thank you. It's like, I know the words you said, but it's a lot of people that don't know those words. They don't even understand those words. And they don't even think to research those words.
Agreed. And then that's another reason why we have this platform. We'd help. We put it into better terms, easier terms to understand, because half the time we can't understand all that political blah blah that we watch on TV. But what I do like is that when we've had our lives during the debates and things like that, man, I would rather watch Kela moderate any day, any time. Look, I wasn't even paying attention to the TV half the time. I got it on, but I'm listening. I'm waiting to see what Kela go react to, so I know what's going on. So most definitely. So, does anybody have a trending topic, or do you want me to go to another one just to get everyone's input?
I'll let you. Hey, I'm with you. Go.
I want to just point out one other thing that I'm having a personal issue with alone, without even taking a COVID vaccination, with just basic medicines that have been given through me throughout my military career that has altered my ability, my immune system, and my reactions to just simple things. I'm a grown person. Now I'm allergic to things. Never been allergic to them a day in my life. And now I have to live the rest of my life because the medicines that were given to me, you know what I'm saying, throughout my career and throughout my life. And now I'm allergic to items, can't have soy, peanuts, shrimp. How can I live a life like that? That's shrimp alone. When they told me that, I was ready to just end it all. I can't have shrimp. Nah, Kela, we got to talk about this.
Oh no.
So
that's tragic.
Yeah. So I'm like, just taking basic medicines can alter, your body for your future,
Right.
I will.
And just like we said, we're not understanding how these medicines are going to have an effect to our bodies, and we're just still taking them. But all right, that's it. Get off my soapbox.
I will say this though, it's about how you eat. I have been in transition of the way I eat foods. A lot of people on the screen see me eating during this time, but I'm on a particular regimen that I have not shared. And you need to drink good amounts of water because your body has to have something to flush. We are supposed to flush toxins daily, and we don't. You know, we're being very realistic. We eat things that we know clog. Think about the things that you're putting in your system. Treat your system as it would see through. And if you were able to see your body like glass, as opposed to the covering that you have, then you would see the things, how they move through you. Fluids are the way that things flow through our body. But when you do fluids that have sugar in them and have other additives, they become thicker because they start to mix in with the blood and different things like that. Water is the only substance that allows things to push through. As you get older, your body's going to change. Just like with my skin regimen, I tell people all the time for African-American skin and any skin, but for my skin in particular, talking about my people for the second, we have to change with the season. You can't just stick to one type of soap, one type of lotion. Your body is a science project for the rest of your life. And as you get older, you're starting to break down because the first day that you are born is the first day that you begin to die. Because we live to die. We're going to eventually die. All of us going to die. And as you're getting older, your body's already been dying. But because we are not told that way, we look at it as we're supposed to be forever young. No, you're not. So the way you stay forever young is you have to replenish your body. So think about the medicines that you're taking and take a time. Like when I take vitamin C, when I take different things like that, I wait. Some things make me dizzy. I used to be able to drink tea. I can't drink tea anymore because it makes me dizzy. And it's not just because of medicine, it's because my body is letting me know that the sugars in this tea is not working for you anymore. And you have to find an alternative. But one way to really take care of yourself is to really flush your body. Every day, just a hint for you, I take a vitamin C, the chewable kind. I take my water, and then I drink an aloe juice and water. It really allows your body to be flushed. And not to be descriptive, but if you ain't having a bowel movement regularly, then you're in trouble. And and people don't want to hear that part, but if you're not having a bowel movement regularly, you are in trouble. I know, Kela, because what's happening, that is sitting up in you and it's resting. And people want to know what, I'm being real because I want y'all to know. People want to know what constipation is because you're not releasing. So when you release, you will be able to allow your body to refresh and heal. That's right, guzzle up, my friend. Because if not, you're gonna have to go to Hardee's and go do
right. You had to go to Hardee's.
So no, that's a little bit lesson. I'm sorry. There you go.
I think another thing to Albert's point about the medicines and things that you're taking, there's different reactions to medications that everyone takes. And that's why they give you like that little pamphlet whenever they're giving you those medications, and the pharmacist is like, have you ever taken this medication before? These are the times that you should take it. Make sure you take it around the same time every day. Make sure you're drinking copious amounts of water, things like that. In addition to that, though, there's always some type of reaction, whatever medication you're taking. And so the thing is, when they're making the meds is, all right, lessers of two evil. Are we going to cure this one with, however many things that may go along with it that could be beneficial to you, and you have like 4 or 5 side effects, versus you just let this continue to go, like which one's going to kill you first, basically. So it's like you got to kind of figure out if, like I said, are they going to cure one thing versus, maybe having 2 or 3 things that are possibly going to happen. But, the whole anal leakage thing, that always,
I was just getting ready to say that. And I've been in the kitchen cooking and listening to the television. And, it seemed like every third commercial is got something to do with a medication. And they're like, oh, are you depressed? Then you can take Zovirax. Zovirax makes you see everything brighter and you won't be depressed anymore. And you know that little stupid sign with the smiley face. Don't hide that you have depression. Take this medication. Then, and everything is great and everybody's skipping, right? And then the dude all of a sudden knows how to talk real fast.
They put that on.
And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, you won't be depressed, but you're gonna have muscle aches and pains and back spasms and headaches, and your hair gonna fall out, and you're gonna have anal leakage, and your ankles aren't gonna work. You're gonna lose 3 fingers, but you will not be depressed. And it's like,
Jesus said anal leakage. Oh,
and I've been cooking. I turned around, I was like, well, goddamn, I'd just rather be sad and have all these damn ailments and be happy. I don't get it. So I try not to subscribe to any of that stuff for real. And if Advil can't cut it, then Advil and NyQuil. If those can't fix whatever's going on with me, then I need to go in the hospital. Advil,
ginger ale.
Ginger ale and saltine crackers. Exactly.
Verner's.
Okay, so we do have somebody says, I do understand. They agree with Mr. Cabana. They say, I understand. He is right. I understand holistic science. So agree with the COVID vaccine. All right.
Don't about your Vicks Vapor Rub.
And Vicks Vapor Rub, exactly. Which it really is just eucalyptus. We don't need all the other stuff, but it's just eucalyptus. All right. Next trending topic question. Stimulus check.
Oh Lord.
Hold on. Wait. Did you get it? Did it help? And are you looking forward to the other check that's in the mail? Anybody, please.
Where the money reside.
I did a whole thing on TikTok about this crap.
Get it, Samantha.
I'm so furious. Oh, you're starving and you can't pay your rent? Here's $600. Hope it helps. Like, hello? Did you guys know Canada's getting $2,000 a month? $2,000 a month to live. And sitting here like, so we get the first stimulus, right? And I'm like, yes, this is great. We're going to be able to like not die. Because I'll be honest, we're low on that scale, man. It's like a 4-bedroom trailer for 8 people. It's not working. But so they say they give us the first stimulus check. And when we got that, we still had some tax money left over. So we had a good, decent nest egg, which is great because they told me they were going to give me unemployment and then didn't, but also took me off of EBT because I'm on unemployment. It was a great time. So they finally get us all situated and set up, and we have to start, and this sounds really bad, but we have to start paying for our own groceries. So I have to completely reconfigure the budget, and we are out of money. We are done. We are paycheck to paycheck. And they're like, oh, hey, we're gonna give you $600 per person. Now, I went off about 600, and I had people in my comments being like, it's per person, you have 4 kids. That doesn't matter, because think about it. If it's 6 per, and I have me and my husband, and then the kids, that's like, I don't math. It's like a little bit more than $3,000, right? Understand that, see, I'm really bad at math. I hope that was right. Was it right? Somebody, anybody?
Just keep going. We got you.
Okay, so rent is over $1,000, right? And then you're paying for food for 8 because my sister and my brother-in-law live here too. So you're looking at maybe $300 a week in groceries. And then you have, poverty's expensive. I'll say it until I'm dead. Poverty is expensive. We have a broken sink because the seal broke and I couldn't afford to fix it because the brakes on my car are bad. Like, it stacks up, it's a snowball effect, and it's worse depending on where you fall with intersectionality. But $600 is a joke. $600 is what they pay you when they say, oh, you're really, really struggling. I'm so sorry. I know I owe you a bunch of money. Here's $20, get off my back. That's what that $600 is.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually actively trying to help. They're trying to shut us up.
Basically.
It's your money. It is your
It's an
money.
illusion.
Go ahead. Say it again, Lance.
It's more of an illusion. Realistically, like she was saying, $600 for a family like that. I mean, yeah, people think of getting a free handout as, hey, that's awesome. But realistically, when you dive into depth about why they're doing it, there's more of an ulterior motive that I believe is behind the scenes. And I'm kind of skeptical of whatever kind of money, whatever amount it is that we receive. It makes me skeptical. I can't even talk today. Skeptical on exactly what they're trying to do.
Right.
Because you never know.
True.
Granted, every little bit helps, but realistically, it doesn't in the long run.
Agreed. Agreed. What's up, Albert? You got something? Albert.
The money itself, I tried to take it to Vegas and went more, honestly.
Oh, come on here.
That little bit of money, I feel kind of more the same of what Miss Samantha said and Mr. Lance is putting out, because there's no way you're going to tell me that this is the greatest country in the world, but yet you have all this poverty. You have other countries doing so much more for their people, but yet you're telling me that you're going to stretch out. The first time was what, 1,200 for the families or whatever, and it was already 3, 4, 5, 6 months in, and now it's 600 per person, I believe it said. And this isn't helping. This is putting a Band-Aid over a gushing wound, and it's just trying to placate people that feel like, well, my government gave me something, and this is all they want to give you. But like I seen it somewhere, they said, man, you got people sitting in office that are making 6 figures trying to debate whether or not you should get $600.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Our entire lives are a debate.
It's
right.
It is the craziest thing, because you can't understand an insane person. If an insane person is talking to you, you can never understand it. If you are a millionaire yourself, you don't know what poverty is.
Yeah.
You don't know what poverty is. You can never understand poverty. So for you to sit there in a room with other millionaires and discuss poverty and how much a person deserves, or you think that they need to survive, when you don't know how much a gallon of milk costs, then you can't have that discussion. You can't have that discussion to say, okay, well, give them $600 because this is how much our budget is. The budget is only that way because you want more money to handle for your bills, because your budget is that way because your lifestyle is different than their lifestyle. So you don't know how much a gallon of milk is. And honestly, I haven't been to a store to even know how much a gallon of milk is myself.
$2.36 at Meyer.
At Affluenza for a while. So, and I had to sit and really think about it. Like, wow, this is crazy that a millionaire or millionaires are sitting in a room trying to understand poverty to tell them how much they think someone else deserves. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that you can come to a decision to say, how much do you think that they can live off of, when you can't understand it? You would never understand it. That's like someone speaking a different language to me and you're trying to understand them.
Yeah.
You will never understand them.
I think that people also have to understand too, like, we put the quote, a bunch of millionaires in there talking. There are people from ground zero that came up and know what it is. Like, I know the value. I know what everything costs. I did not receive a check. I'm a full-time artist. My mental cavity is strained. Even today, my mental cavity is strained. Like, it is beyond reasoning. And I tell people, whatever way that you need to survive, as long as it's legal, because I know I never encourage illegal things, but people are always questioning how people do things. Why are you on, you know, this Instagram, or why are you on this? And even back when we had this big old discussion about OnlyFans, you know, it's not something that I agree with, but when I tell you, my strain is so heavy, I can't imagine people that have kids and have marriages that are falling apart because of the financial destruction that is going on. And, you know, I feel like a lot of it is, you know, yeah, they're having discussions, but then we have fools like Trump and different people that are just relentlessly making a decision and a choice. You know, I've been watching the news and watching this fool go do what he want to do. He's trying to get his last Hitler hurrah, as I call it, because I feel like he's that type of individual. He is someone that is taking pleasure from the pain of others. And that is a disgrace. And what I don't understand is when you see someone doing that, wow, doesn't the Republicans and the Democrats come together and just remove him? But, you know, once again, Kela's helped me with another thing. They have put in place laws to protect the rich. And now those laws are backfiring on the rich when they want to get rid of one of their own demons. You know what I'm saying? It's like now you got to catch 22, where you thought you had all this in play, but now all of this is backfiring because all I see right now is we are more than the third world country. We're the idiots too. You're not saying like the people on this screen, but I'm saying
Right.
we live in the United States, so we have to take what the appearance of it looks like. And my prayer is, and my hope is that people really, and I'm trying to get myself together, y'all, because it's been really rough. I've been getting bad news back to back to back, and I just got.
Take your time. We got love, babe. Take your time.
Good. I love you.
This means a breakthrough is on the way.
That's right. That's right. So I'm gonna stop KB's video and let him come back in because look, I know this breakdown, but we about to get some good words when he comes back comes back to us. But I do agree that with most of your statements. I mean, I have to say I have been fortunate that my husband and I's job did not change. Our income did not change. I guess technically it didn't change. We just didn't have changes happen. Everything has still been pretty much the same for us. But however, when all of this first popped off in March, it was scary for me. I mean, it's still scary to this point because we don't know how long we're going to be able to sustain like this as not just this country, but as the world financially, but what's hitting our economy. But I was scared in the beginning. And so, of course, when I have fear, I start researching. And I'm just like, all right, somebody somewhere better have a plan. So mortgage company, what are you doing? Car loan company at the time, what are you doing? What are my credit card companies doing? What is gonna happen just in case I'm part of that I'm part of the people that loses their job or can't go to work or whatever the case may be. And to be perfectly honest, even the options that were being provided, not all the companies, I'm not gonna say everybody, but even the options that were being provided by big corporations were shit. You know, we talked about on previous shows about the whole little mortgage deal. Your mortgage company sends you this thing and says, oh yeah, we're here for you. Great, how are you here for us? Oh, well, you can, push back your payment.
Defer your payments.
You can defer your payments. Okay, so in my head, I'm saying, okay, so if shit hit the fan, that's one big ass bill I don't have to worry about, and I can pay it later, like a deferred student loan. That's what, because to me, that's what deferment, that's what I thought. But until I read the little words, see, again, this is where we get in the commercial, where the little words, and they talk really fast. Oh, and by the way, after you have deferred for 6 months, then the whole goddamn payment is due on the 7th month. I said, hold on. If I don't have the money for my mortgage month to month, for 6 months, let's just say your mortgage is, I don't know, I'm not gonna use mine, but if you, let's say your mortgage is $1,000. Who is sitting on $7,000 at month 7?
During a pandemic.
Right, during a pandemic, and all the shit just happened to you that just happened to Sam. So what the hell? So it was like some companies even had false plans to make you feel good, but really wasn't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that I'm not one to turn away the money. I'll take it, but this sure as shit ain't enough. It's not doing enough for the people. It's not doing enough for the people at all. So I tried my best to assist people that I knew were in some sort of need. You know what I'm saying? If I had friends that were not working or couldn't go to the store or couldn't whatever, I was on my phone, like ordering people Instagram groceries and getting it sent to them. Like, look, here you go. You got food coming or food on the way or whatever, because I knew it was, I don't know what I can do, but I want to do something where it's just a, whew. If someone say, hey sis, I don't have this, what I'm sending people cash apps, I'm saying just to help, because I can't imagine being in a situation where your hands feel so bound and so tied. And then on top of that, you have children. Not saying people without children ain't struggling too, because they are, but that child piece pulls at me. That really pulls at me like, hey, I mean, I know that I've trained you to enjoy a struggle meal, but I don't want that to be the norm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah, that's
Well,
crazy.
and struggle meals don't work with ADHD, and I've got 2 of them.
Right.
This texture's wrong, this food's wrong. Oh, and the other one had celiac. That was diagnosed this year.
If
20 is
anybody
dick,
doesn't
man, I'm telling you.
If anybody doesn't know, this woman right here, she's on TikTok as well. And that's one of my favorite people on TikTok. I'll tell you that right now. For real. But like everything that like she speaks about and how she is, like she shows that on there as well. But I know she understands that. I know it just because I watched that. My bad. 2 cents for no reason.
No, it's good.
You're good.
What you got, Marcus? You have a comment on stimulus?
Oh, I hate politics. Well, the more you become aware of what's going on, and like sitting down to $600, it, like I said, it helps somebody. It may or may not, or you can go to Vegas, like Albert said. But the way it was, okay, sign this so everybody can get $600. But before you sign it, we're okay with the bill. We're gonna add this X, Y, and Z, and everybody gonna whatever.
What he said though. You break it up, Marcus.
Go ahead. Well, I'm probably getting closer to Nashville.
I'm about to say, I think
Sorry about
Lance and Marcus driving in the same area.
Yeah, every now and around some other trees. But yeah, I mean, help the American people without getting into table that for another occasion or another week. But right now, you're trying to take care of the people in the state that pay your bill or pay your bill. So, you know, I just had to feel peace.
Hey, bro, you making a whole lot of sense, but at the same time, we can't hear the sense, so we can't make change.
It's them damn nanomites.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck what you're saying, but we can't really hear you because it's breaking up so much.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can't.
We can hear you a little bit now, yeah.
Oh,
we heard y'all can't.
Okay. Just take care of your folks without hitting agendas.
Agreed.
Agreed.
That's the bottom line. I mean, anything else can be discussed at a later date. Just take care of your folks.
Got you.
Yeah. I think that the stimulus checks that they are trying to put out to us now are bullshit. I think that it's like they said, it's a Band-Aid over, you know, an amputated leg. That shit don't do nothing. You're still gonna bleed out. And that's essentially what's going on right now. And there's so many layers to it, with so many companies that are failing because people don't have the money and they don't have the funds that they normally would use to go into these restaurants and into these stores and to these establishments to try and, you know, just continue to be comfortable as they normally would be. But at the same time, you still have those people that are struggling. They're going paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, it's like, okay, do I get my medication? Do I buy food for my family? Or do I fix my car so that I can go to work? Which one do I do? And it's like, okay, I'm robbing Peter. I'm trying to pay Paul, but I'm down to acting a donkey because I didn't pay Patty over here. And there's so many things that are going on all at the same time. And like y'all said, Congress, who's getting paid six figures to sit out and decide like, oh, $600 might be enough, but they're not gonna want to go to work if I give them $600 because they want to stay at home and accept this money, this free money that they're going to get. I'm sorry, what is $600 going to pay for? Mm-hmm. If my car insurance is $280 and the car note itself is $450 and my mortgage is $1,000 and you're sending your kids to school and you make just enough money not to get free lunch, but not enough money to cover food for the whole month. So you like, look, I know your school lunch account is in the hole, but you still gonna get to eat. Oh no, because it's too far in the hole. So the school is gonna snatch your hot lunch and give you peanut butter and jelly, and then embarrass you in front of the rest of your friends because you're already wearing bobos while you're at school. There's so much that's going on, and it's like Congress is so out of touch. Like we really need new blood in these positions in the Senate and the House. We really need new blood in there because it's like the people in there are so out of touch that the new people that are getting in aren't able to buck the system enough for the old people to get out. Right. Because you've been the ones that have fucked up this situation so bad and have us in these situations that not everyone, but a lot of people are struggling more so than what would be on a normal basis, which is bad enough because we're not a third world country. We're not one of those shithole countries, remember?
Right.
That's neither here nor there. So another thing that I mentioned, and I laughed when he said it, but I'll nod my hat for this one because Trump was saying that, you know, I'm glad that we haven't found life on other planets because Congress would figure out a way to give them money too. Really? Because Congress is adding little bills to all these different things that they're trying to get passed. Where we're going to send, you know, $2 million to Ethiopia, and we're going to send, you know, $4 million down to Haiti, and we're going. Baby, you sending money to all these different places, and you got people right here in your country. You got vets that have been homeless for how many years? You can go down range and you can fight for our country. I don't want to help you when you get back. I'm not going to give you any mental health or any stimulation to make you covered medically, but I want you to go over there and fight for me and make sure that, you know, they don't come over here and take my money. Yeah. Baby, like I said, there's layers to this shit, and these layers are damn near tall as the Eiffel Tower at this point. Speaking with other countries, they helping out their country. They helping out their citizens. Canceled mortgage and rent for the entire year. What did America do?
Nothing. You gotta know giving us 3 different ways to pay.
Get y'all payment plans with money that you don't have.
You can pay online. You could send us a check, or you can mail it in, or you can do this, but nothing about if you don't have money. Like, he got to keep his job, but with 2 asthmatics, I'm not about to be going out here doing shit. I'm sorry, I love that job, but I'm not doing it. With this, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting you. But I want to point this out.
I told y'all I got 5 more years. I'll run for president.
We got you. We need to see your blood. We need to see what you gonna do for us. What you gonna do, Lance?
Not this bullshit, I'll tell you that.
Hey, I'll be your fixer in the background. You know what I'm saying? Just hire me to your campus.
Straight up.
Yes, definitely put Kela in your cabinet, please.
Bruh,
Look, I don't want to be in the White House. I need to be able to, you know, operate autonomously. So
we got you. Just make sure if you need a real
I
translator,
got you.
just let us know, you know, whatever politically correct statement you have. And
Shotgun Mary got you.
She
Please.
does. So I know we've been on some heavy topics. Does anybody, even if you're listening or if you're on the screen at this time, so we want you to be able to ask us questions as well. So, oh, Miss Sam's got a question. Okay, go ahead, Miss Sam.
Okay, so I'm sometimes I'm on my TikTok For You page and I scrolled across a video of a man, a Black man who said, how come when I talk about racism, my videos get shadow banned and my videos get pulled and nobody can see my content, but if a white person does it, their video explodes? And he's right. So here's my question. When is it using your privilege to speak up about racist issues? And where is the line between that and speaking on things you don't experience?
Oh, say that again.
Say that again.
Say that again.
So where is the line between using your privilege to speak out against racial issues and the other half of the line is talking about things you don't experience?
See, the only problem I have with that is that I'm not white. So I'm trying to understand you.
No, I mean for white people. Sorry, your opinion.
Like I'm trying to understand you.
When is a white person?
I'm Team Sam, but I didn't understand you because I'm not white.
You don't have to be white for that.
Like to understand
You
what
don't have to be white for that.
No, it's not that you have to be white, but understand what she just said. Like Sam, say that shit again.
Where is the line for white people between speaking out against racist issues, using your privilege to speak out against racist issues, and speaking out about things you don't experience, like having a voice on things you don't experience?
Like you gotta understand what she just asked. She's like, how can I be white and be white?
I don't think that's.
You didn't understand what the
that. Okay.
I would say.
Go ahead, Cabana.
Let me say this because I think that is very important right now because a lot has happened. Guys, do not forgive me for my emotional state of being because I think being transparent is very important. But I also did it because at one point you have to be honest with yourself and what you're going through. Sam, I think your question is great because it just gets down to what I said, authenticity. If a person is sincere in what they're trying to do, then they should do it. But when you're not knowledgeable about anything, whether you white, Black, Greek, it doesn't matter what you are, then all you are is ignorant and foolish because you're allowing yourself to go amongst lions and wolves as a sheep and not be able to defend your topic. So it's very important for anyone that wants to speak up if you're not Black about racism, or if you're white and you're dealing with racism, to have knowledge on what you're doing. I think sincerity is the first step and being authentic is the second step, because authentic means that you went and you got the knowledge and the wisdom that you needed to stand on it because you're going to be challenged. And I think that's the thing that people don't understand. People love to challenge people that are sincere. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it again. People love to challenge individuals that are sincere because they carry a threat of truth that is so uncomfortable that they have no other place but to stand in front of it and not deny it. So when you come out like you've been doing and you've received some of the, because I've started following you and studying and stuff like that, and I'm really, thank you. A lot of the stuff that you're receiving is because you're sincere and you're authentic and you have an understanding, which means you carry some uncomfortableness to people that don't want to deal with it. And
That's
so
right.
I think anybody, it's just like me, if I am a Black man trying to go in and speak about white things, I need to study those things at least to get the understanding. Because if not, they're going to challenge my wisdom and they're going to challenge my stand. And I think that's really good, because then the tug of war is not a tug of war anymore. And you can see who is really for you and who's against you.
It's all a mindset.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kela.
I was gonna say same thing that Cabana said. If you're knowledgeable, you know. But I would say white people should definitely stick to things that encompasses like America, you know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, and not be in Black people business. You know what I'm saying? I think when they start to get in Black people business and start talking about the things that maybe only Black people are speaking to with each other and not with the greater society, you know what I'm saying? I think that's when people start to get really uncomfortable and feel like, okay, why are you even talking about this? We're not, like, this has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? We're not talking about society as a whole. We're talking about Black people specifically. And I think when other people do that, that's when friction comes in.
That's when we,
stick to the whole, like what happens as human beings, what happens as American citizens, like, you know, what's your point of view on politics and stuff like that. But if you're talking about specific things, then I think Black people have issues with that.
Facts. Albert, Marcus, anybody?
I was going to say, like, come on, y'all.
You have anything, Albert?
However,
this is y'all episode.
Lance is trying to speak, I guess.
Is he? Okay, I didn't see him and I didn't know who. Okay, Lance, I'm sorry.
I have something to say about that.
Lance, I'm so, I apologize, Lance.
My bad.
Is he talking?
So to comment on Kela's statement about sticking as a whole.
Say it again, Lance.
Hold on.
I think his mute thing is on.
He did. He muted it, unmuted it.
He acted like in sync right now.
All right, go ahead, Lance.
Is it good now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so comment on Kela's statement about white people looking at things as a whole. Yes, I agree with that. However, when you look at everything as a whole, those specific issues fall into that as well. So in order to clarify what you're talking about, you have to dive in depth in each individual topic. White person talking about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, and racism, it's always good to do that. However, as long as your mindset is in the for the good of everyone, even regardless if you're a white person, a targeted event that involve Black people in as a sense, you have to dive in depth to gain knowledge and not be ignorant about it, because there's a difference between being a follower and running your mouth and being a leader looking out for the good of the people. But like Cabana was saying, you have to be knowledgeable. But however, if your mindset is in the right place, you can gain knowledge and still go in the right direction, because your mindset is running your mouth just to say something.
Okay.
So yes, to an extent, I agree. However, as a whole, you still have to look at those specific topics and dive into depth to fully understand what it is about that topic.
I think we're still agreeing at 100%, because racism isn't a Black people problem. That's not a problem we need to solve. That's not a problem that is only our own. It's not a problem that we created. So when you talk about Black Lives Matter, the movement, then I think it does encompass everybody. I think the Black Lives Matter movement, I went to a protest here in LA. It had everybody, because it is an everybody issue. So I think we're still agreeing.
Yeah. So we have a comment in our that says that that it's a sad thing is that they don't listen. I'm sorry, let me go back. So we have someone that's Dwayne Smith says the new Karen racism. I guess he experienced racism in one of New York's hotels against one of the best trumpet players in the world and his family. And the sad thing is they don't listen to Black people. We all need help white allies, Asian allies, we don't have the voice or the power that we need basically to do it by ourselves. Yes, Greg.
Thank you. So, as I understood it, this is Fan Appreciation Day. And guess what? I just want to jump right in. I appreciate how I appreciate fan. I appreciate. We got deep, y'all. We got deep.
All right, somebody else's internet is acting up. I just need to let everybody know out there that due to the blast that happened in Nashville, apparently people in Nashville, Clarksville, all around that Tennessee area are having like heavy internet issues. And I think that is what's messing with somebody's sound here. I know Marcus and Greg are in the same, generally the same area. So y'all's internet is a little choppy right now.
Yeah.
It's the nanobites.
Huh? It's the nanomites, exactly. I actually do want to respond to Sam's question, because when in the heat of the Black Lives Matter movement and right after George Floyd, we had a whole conversation. I think I put on our page, you know, what can our allies do to assist in this movement? Because what I kind of almost feel like I understand the direction that Sam is coming from, because I got so much, I got a lot of traffic in my inbox when George Floyd popped off. I got a lot of inbox from friends who didn't look like me, Asian, Black, every other race was inboxing to try to figure out, how do I help? What do I do? What can I? Because when they were going on sites or Facebook pages or whatever, attempting to show support, they were, not all, but they were getting their asses handed to them by us. Not by other white people, not by other Asian people, but my friends that I do have that were white, were getting their asses handed to them by us. And I did explain to them, you got to understand right now, people are coming for a place of pain. And so you're a target, which is unfortunate right now when you're trying, some of them, all of the ones that put their hands out were genuine, I felt, okay? And so I said, you have to give this some time. But there were other friends of mine that were wrong place, wrong time for them to make a statement. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, this was the discussion thread and you came in with this statement and then you're mad at the backlash, but let's look at your statement. Your statement, what you're saying to me and what you wrote is not the same thing. And because they were unable to articulate what they meant in terms of support, that's why I started noticing this is why people are getting their asses handed to them, because they don't know how to articulate that help. One thing that I have found that is a lot easier is ask for assistance in private, and you can show your support in public, but ask for that assistance and that understanding piece in private, because it is social media. So me and Sam could be having a conversation about Black Lives Matter and it's cool between me and Sam, but third party cannot like something Sam said and go in on Sam for no apparent reason.
That comment.
It's not even your damn conversation to say something to Sam, you know, or you know what I'm saying? And so I just say, be careful how you navigate it. I feel if you got the privilege to help be an ally, hell yeah, do it. But I also agree with Cabanas, be knowledgeable enough that if you're asked the question, can you articulate it? Why are you helping? Why are you posting this? Why? Be able to articulate it enough to shut them up. But at the end of the day, Sam, you're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna make the people happy who understand you're an ally. You're not gonna make racist white people happy that don't understand why you love us so much. You're not gonna make Asian people happy because they're gonna be like, Asian lives matter too. Why aren't you making videos for us? And you're never, look, this is when you feel less than, because sometimes I am. When you feel less than and don't understand why the sharks is coming for you, honey, everybody didn't even like Jesus. So what the hell you think they're gonna think about you? And that's how I have to check myself sometimes. They hung his ass on a cross, according to the book. What the hell you think they're gonna do to me? They don't give a damn.
And some Black people, I'm just gonna tell you, some Black people do not want to hear from anybody else. They only want to talk to Black people. They only want to hear from Black people. So it's not even anything personal towards you. It's just like
that's valid.
We've had to listen.
It's because you can relate.
Yeah. Huh? Lance, is he calling me out?
No, you know, he said no. But
No, he said it's because you can relate.
Oh. I was like, oh God.
No. But you know, I think
No,
also,
you know, yeah.
No,
they demonize like saying they demonize sincerity. You know, they demonize good people. They demonize things that are just. You have to really, you know, it's not even about a color thing more so than how humanity is. You know, America is based off of negative things, not good things. If it was based off of positive things, then there would be a difference, but it's not. And the people like ourselves and all these individuals that are out here doing what they're supposed to do, you're going to get demonized because it is harder for someone to smile and be happy than for someone to just destroy. If you put kids in a room and you tell them would you rather build this up with the blocks or tear it down, the kids usually go and kick it down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just an easier, quick fix, and it's very self-satisfying. I learned that being a preschool teacher. When I was teaching kids, I had to teach kids the power of being good, the power of good choices, the power of what is right, because it felt natural to slap someone, to bite someone, to spit on someone, to call somebody names, to pull somebody's hair. So realize it's way bigger than just, you know, race, and it's way bigger than all these other things. It's a condition of habit that needs to be broken. And just like Candice says, we have to go in there, we got to get new blood in there because we have to break these habits. So I encourage anyone. And then white privilege, I tell people all the time, most of the people that are such as like yourself, that are white American, that are doing good, you already understand your white privilege. See, this is the thing people don't understand. If you understand your white privilege and you want to help, then you're the right person that I need to be around, because that's just like me using my Black privilege in order to help in another area, because trust and believe, it's all kinds of privileges going around culturally. And I think we forget that. That's what it's called an ally. It's not just an ally of the same color. It is an ally that understands what your color and your culture and the worth and the value of is needed in this world. So you find someone that's not like you, that has that privilege, that understands that language. But the thing about it is this, somebody like, for instance, a Samantha, when you go places, you need to bring somebody like a Kela with you, because you need to bring the voice and the color of representation, because then they can speak on your behalf. Then what happens is that the community begins to build a marriage, because that's no different than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Not only was she a woman, but she was a Black woman. So therefore, it made it more easier for a message to be understood, because there was someone in the house that represented what the people look like. And I think that's really important, that we have to understand this is a game, it's a real game, but when you find authentic and sincere people doing what they're supposed to do, there's a bigger chance for us to really get ahead. Like today, I think today was probably the most honest show in the sense of just sincerity and people's feelings. And I think that's what people need to see, because then that makes people think better and ask more questions and research and say, well, what can I do?
Absolutely.
My part.
It makes them know that they're not by themselves. Like they're not the only person who feels that way or has that question. And I think that's one good thing that's about us, is that I think that we create a safe space for any question to be asked, because we don't have to agree. We just give our insight and we move on, and hopefully we learn something from one another. But what I appreciate the fact, Sam, is that in the conversations we've had, you have never not asked the hard question. When you have gone to things, when you have gone through things, when you have experienced things that I know we cannot talk about on this show yet, because we plan on getting you on to talk about it, but there's things I know that have occurred. And just for you to be able to get that strength back and step out again and continue after all of that, to me, that's dope, because really you don't have to, but you do. And you have people that you can inbox and ask, hey, could I have handled this a different way? Should I have asked this a different way? If I ask this question in this way, how does that make you feel? Should I even get involved? That's so appreciative, because sometimes people need that navigation. Sometimes people need, I know that I have to do that when I'm trying to navigate. We Black. I have to do that when I'm trying to navigate things with my husband's family. We all Black, but we're not the same culture. So I have to sometimes ask, okay, so why does it seem disrespectful when I say this? Or why does it seem like I don't care if I don't do this, because it's not the same as the way they do it in their culture. So I have to kind of understand, like, well, all right, well, let me find another way to do it. Let me figure out something else to say, something else to do, so that it can be received the way I want them to receive it, versus me just being me. Did that make sense, Sora?
Yeah.
Okay. That, you hit the nail on the head with that one. You really did, because it's important for, well, technically, the planet is a melting pot.
Resiliency is contagious.
Say it again, Lance.
I think his delay is in.
Yeah.
Resiliency is contagious.
Resiliency is contagious. Yes.
Agreed.
What I was saying was, I think you can look at, the whole planet as a melting pot, because there's so many different cultures and so many different areas. And then, we're able to travel and go to different places. Well, in that space, you're trying to find out, okay, how can I enjoy this area? I don't want to be disrespectful of the culture I'm coming to visit, or the people that I'm trying to be around, or that, I'm just trying to absorb everything that, is over here, because I want to enjoy myself. So just as Dizzy said, when she's dealing with her husband's family, she's coming to them, trying to ask the questions like, okay, I don't want to come off wrong, or I don't want to come off harsh, or I don't want to come off disrespectful. Is it okay if I say this? Should I not say this? Should I not respond this way? Things like that. In the same token as what Sam is saying, if you have someone who is able to articulate something a little better for you, then by all means, hey, how do I do this without being disrespectful? Or how do I ask this question without coming off abrasive or whatnot? And those are the things that, aren't really taught to us as we're growing up, because it's so, black and white. It's so one what's the word I'm looking for? Things
One-dimensional?
Yes, things are just one-dimensional. So, as you're growing up, you looking at some textbooks, and they're trying to shy away from actually, articulating, all right, slavery was bad, the Trail of Tears was horrible, things like that. And, they're like, oh, well, they're pacifying the issue by saying, oh, well, we just gave them some blankets to help them along the way on the Trail of Tears. No, motherfucker, no, that's not how that works. So being that you're able to ask those questions, and like Dizzy said, the hard questions, a lot of people that are trying to be allies to any group that they see as being oppressed in any type of way, that's definitely warranted, and that's definitely welcomed. Everyone is not going to be receptive to it just because of maybe their own personal experiences, because everyone has different types of traumas that have gotten them to a place. It's like, look, I got my guard up because of all this shit that has happened around me. I'm not even fucking with them over there. And so you kind of tiptoe around. It's like, okay, I know not to mess with you because maybe that's how you feel about that particular situation. let me kind of stick to the people that I know and I can ask them these type of questions. And then I feel more comfortable with approaching someone else with, hey, so I know, you know, whatever issues you may have had or different things that may have happened in your past, but I'm here to be an ally. I'm here to help. You know, is there some way that I could assist?
Right.
And I think that's what you're doing is a phenomenal job and it's definitely appreciated. So thank you.
True.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mark. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kela.
No, I was gonna say if anybody doesn't have anything else, I wanted to, this might split off into a different conversation. So if you, Marcus, you got
No. Go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna have them. Oh, go ahead. Marcus or Albert, you have anything in addition to what Sam asked?
No, I'm good.
I needed to hear the question again.
You didn't.
Because everyone that was talking and speaking, I forgot what the question was. You know, my TBI got me. You know, I just need to hear the root of the question so I can just answer the question because I don't want to go off on everybody else.
Where do you feel the line for white people is between using white privilege to speak out against racism and speaking about things they don't experience?
Where do I think the line is? Well, that is a good question because the line is actually right on top of them, believe it or not, because the first thing that comes out of your mouth, you're speaking about something that hasn't happened to you. You're speaking about something that you don't understand, but you're using your platform to actually speak on it. The experience you're speaking of probably you've gotten from a book, you've gotten from a friend or an ally, or you've gotten from someone just in speaking with them about their hardships. So that's an experience, but it's not a physical that you've actually been through. So it's kind of like what do they say? Practice and theory. So practice and theory. If you're doing something in practice or doing something in theory, so me hearing something, oh, that's a theory, or me thinking of something that's in theory. Oh yeah, I can go over there and run 2 miles. That's a theory. Me going out there trying to do it, that's practice. Yeah, I'll pass out probably the next 10 feet. Right. However, practice and theory is two different things. However, we have to live off that and strive off that to understand that what we're doing is, in theory, I believe I may be doing a good thing. But in practice, you have to be able to take the good and the bad with that first step. So that first line, I believe, is just right on top of you with the first word when you go out there to actually go and make your conversation or go out and make your statement. So that's why I believe that line is. And be willing to cross it, because once you're willing to cross it, hey, that's up to you. But once anyone crosses a line, they have to be willing to just continue to go, and be just understanding of the goods and the bads that come with it. But
we actually have a listener that responded, and what's up, Fresh Linen out there in Germany? Fresh Linen says, white people can witness injustice, and that's enough to stand up against it. Just because you witnessed it, it's enough. I was thinking about what you said, Albert, and I guess, yeah, it is twofold, but I was thinking the same thing. Like you can be not an advocate, but you can stand up against, child abuse and so on and so forth. An abused child, and never have, and never
my charger.
A victim of abuse or whatever. But you can still be on your heart, I'm going to be the one to go fight against child abuse, but I don't have to experience child abuse for that to be a passion for me to go fight. So I agree with that. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Kela.
So it was when Candice, you were talking about the Trail of Tears and how they tried to spin it to make it seem like it was a good help, And I realized that that bad shit that happened in the past, they have reinforced it by creating holidays around it. You know what I mean? And then the people, us, continue to reinforce some bad shit that happened that they've repackaged into Thanksgiving, let's say, for example. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody gets so tied to it when it's not even theirs. You know what I mean? Like Thanksgiving isn't your tradition. It's just something that America said, this is what's going to happen on this day. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to celebrate it, but it was born of evil. But until we say that we're going to stop that we're not going to continue to go year after year perpetuating this bullshit, then that's always going to be. And so I take Thanksgiving as one example, but it's everything. It's the reason why Black people are still, you know, like why they still think of Black people in that way when it was the 17th century when that shit started. We have not gotten rid of it in 2020, and it started in the 17th century because people like got tied on to their things, didn't really associate it with Black people, but was just like, well, I am better. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told me. And so I'm going to think that way. And and now you have it in 2020 where if, you know, people don't think they're being racist, they just think that they're being, you know what I mean? Like they just, like you repackage bad shit into good shit. And that just made me think of that when you were talking about the Trail of Tears. It's like a lot of the things that we do that we think are good really are born of that bullshit.
Same thing with Columbus Day.
Yep.
Right.
Columbus.
Yeah. But people don't want to give that up. They don't want to release themselves from it. The Christmas holiday, it's not even when Jesus was born. So what are we talking about? It is consumerism to the fullest. And I thought that maybe during a global pandemic that we would just fucking forget about it and be appreciative of what we have and not try to just celebrate this, but just appreciate the things that you do have because this year has been so terrible, but it's the same thing.
Well, it's probably more increasingly because it's tradition. You know, you said something very deep and very powerful. And even to me, there'll be certain things that I could probably let go and certain things that I couldn't let go because my grandma is attached to it. My grandfather is attached to it. Me being raised in the church, my baptism was attached to it. Pentecost, like people have memories and memories go beyond a holiday. So I think a lot of it is not the holidays, it is what has been attached to it. And then I think what's good now, what the pandemic has brought is wisdom. You know, we're learning because a lot of the stuff, like I said, till I got on this show, I did not know. And because I did not know, ignorance is bliss. Yes, it's just what it is. You know, I lived and my job is to find a way to defilter. But in defiltering in a pandemic, my memories are the most important thing that I have. So in this time, I think in the pandemic, you're not gonna see that because people that don't got no money, people that are losing people and dying, their memories of wrapping gifts or celebrating whatever is gonna probably be their connection of mentally staying alive. And so I think the best way for people that are listening, because I hope this gets resent out because it's really great with how you just said that we celebrate things that come out of bad things, is just kind of take a slow moment in your life and figure out a way to detox your programming and to find things. Because the one thing I will tell you is once you take something out, there is a void and you need to fill it.
It's an opportunity.
If you fill the void, then your mental health and the way you do things is in jeopardy. You can't have voids. When you have voids in your life, they begin to be plugs that people can get inside. So I encourage people as you're kind of undoing, like for me, Thanksgiving next year is not going to be Thanksgiving. It's not.
We have a harvest meal.
Yeah, so and I'm not even celebrating today. I'm just going on with my life. I'm being thankful 100% every single day, so it doesn't matter. So 2021, that's the one thing I said, I'm gonna switch that out. And I thought something else, just one thing about this birthday guy. This guy, he says, you know, I celebrate my birthday once a month on the same day. So if you're born on the 11th, he celebrates every month on the 11th. He said, why should I wait, you know, till the month of my birthday? And I was listening to him. He said, no, it's a reminder to me that I'm still here another 30 days. And it's not about people gifting him because he's not getting gifts, but he says, I'll get my toes done or go to a movie or he just does something. So next year, once a month, I'm gonna do the same thing because I think what's happened is, you know, we're at a place in the world where the pandemic has finally allowed us, even what Candice was saying, to get and uplift the traditions that they're not great, and they were never great. They were things that, they had to go by, even slavery. There were just certain things that were just put in place, and we just have to start yanking all of that out. And some of it's going to be painful, and some of it can be a transition. But I do believe that what Kela says is like, we got to turn this around, and turning some of this around is just accepting responsibility that things were not built in a good place, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be.
Right. Hey, Lance, can you hear us?
I'm sorry, Lance, if I was talking over you.
No, I had my mic muted. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you real good, actually.
Okay, awesome. So I agree with that 30-day mentality, just like, reminding himself that, he's still there. But for me, I can relate to that, but I do it on an everyday basis. So every time I wake up, I just think, that I'm very appreciative that I can go another day and have opportunities to create a positive ripple effect, so to speak, as I've talked about in previous shows. So that's kind of mentality I go into every day with. What can I do to better someone else's day? Because I'm not selfish. I'm not looking out for the better of myself. I'm looking out for the better of everyone else around me, regardless of where they're from, what color they are, what they've been through. As cliche as it may be, people call me a Backstreet Boy, and there's a song called As Long As You Love Me, and it goes into saying that, you don't care where they are, where they're from, as long as you love me. And I believe that message should send to people that we talk about on the show, or you guys talk about. It doesn't matter what color you are, what you've been through. As long as you come together and you love each other, things will go in the right path.
Great. True.
Yep.
You got input, Marcus or Albert?
Nope.
Marcus like, I love everybody all the time.
Everything is pretty good right now. So
You ordering food?
Go on, your food.
I want a double cheeseburger. No, we were about to place our order.
Hey, where you
Cabana
at?
would not approve.
no. So what just happened? Somebody just came up to the car door. I pulled into the gas station right now. I didn't want to get off camera because I know we still got a show going on, or appreciation. But a gentleman just came up asking for money for his wife for food. So we'll be back in a second. So,
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Please.
We appreciate you, Marcus.
I know, right? All right, Mr. Albert. Input.
What was the question again?
There's no question. There's no
No question. No is no. No, Albert. No.
There's no more questions.
He already was.
He cut.
Responded to Sam's question. So, Albert, what questions do you have for the squad? Anybody on the squad, or just a general in life question that you'd like input on? Give it to me.
General in life question to riddle me this. I heard something the other day that blew my mind, and I was like, wow. So the gentleman said, and he asked a question, he said, how many cars does Uber have? And I'm like, damn. I was like, I don't think Uber have any cars. Uber has 0 cars. Uber making millions and millions of dollars. Then he was like, well, how many houses does HomeAway or what's the other places?
Like Airbnb?
Airbnb. How many houses does all those places own? And I'm like, shit. I don't think they own any. He was like, none. I'm like, damn. I said, how the hell do these people convince other folks to go out and rent your house to somebody else for them? You renting out your car, driving your car for somebody else, and got their little placard up in your car. You driving your car around for everybody else on taxi service. You might get $100, they might get 50. But you paying some other company just for you to drive your car around for them. It's crazy. Yeah. And I was like, that blew my mind. So,
why? Pimpery's been around forever.
I knew it. And you know, back in my day before I resigned, you know what I'm saying, and gave up the big P, I was like, man, that was the game. But I was like, wow, this is like really blew my mind. I was like, God dang, this is what we're doing nowadays.
Pimping ain't dead.
But it's
Yeah.
actually really
But it's a
good
different
because
type.
it's a platform. They are
Mm-hmm.
great platforms to be able to make money. That's what they're
Mm-hmm.
getting. Their contribution is the people, the marketing, the reach that you wouldn't be able to get to rent an apartment by yourself. And so that's why they're able to succeed so much. I'm working on my own little thing.
They actually provide self-employment. They provide us to be employed. I mean, without them, I think a lot of people would be even more destitute, because I know a lot of people that are making, that have a car and get approved, they're not making a lot of money. So I feel like Uber is like the rarity of self-employment, where you're controlling it and you're able to know what's going on and how it's happening. So that's the difference between them and like Amazon. Amazon is not giving self-employment.
Amazon did Amazon Marketplace.
Problems with Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon does have.
Amazon got Amazon Marketplace,
but they just created Amazon Marketplace because Amazon is what I call the best of a negative, positive Donald Trump. They understand how to play this game, just like Facebook got overtaken and now it's taking over Instagram and stuff like that. Amazon watches what is going on and they're doing the great monopoly game. They're taking as many properties, whether it be marketplace or you can create this or do this, because even I didn't want to deal with Amazon. But then, because I thought it was just shopping. But once I got it, I was like, oh, Prime and the internet, it's everything. You know, so therefore it's domination more than creation.
Yes.
They're not creating wealth for somebody. They're creating wealth for themselves.
True, but they also allow you, they give a platform for you to be able to sell your personal products as well. So for people that are able, that have, their own line of whatever they like, I think it was a feminine product line, honey. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, so she was able to get her products on Amazon as a platform, and I think once it got like heightened and everyone heard about it, she sold out damn near immediately. And there are other companies that do the same thing. They're able to sell products that they make or products that they create on Amazon, and to the same thing along with Lyft and Uber and Airbnb. They're giving them a platform with advertising and along with promotions to be able to make another source of income for themselves. So yeah, I'm putting it out there for, a random stranger to stay in my home, but they have some instances where, you can rent out a room or you can rent out the whole house and you can make money off of that. Like we know one guy who he got a job somewhere else and so he moved, but he had already bought a home. So instead of putting his home, the full home up for sale, he is able to rent it out by the room. Right. So that basically clears out his mortgage because he is renting out, one of the rooms for, I think like $700 a month because it's fully furnished. She left all the furniture in there. So he can rent out one room for like $700, another room for $700 or $800. And then the master, he can rent that out for $1,200 because it's a nice ass house. So you do have common areas, but that was still a way or a platform for him to be able to make a lot of extra money because that cleared his mortgage and some. That's not even touching the amount of money he's making on his new job. So the house is paying for itself at this point. So
that was beforehand. I'm talking about like now where you have to realize, even with us being on Zoom, they're coming where the common man builds, like they did the Indians, and they're taking up the land because they have no choice or alternative. I mean, right now, Cardi B has a television show on Messenger. Somebody else, on Facebook, now Taraji P. Henson has a mental health show on Facebook. And don't get me wrong, but in the land of the indie, where we were being built, they were ignoring this place. But every time we get to a place indigenous people, right? Every time we get to a place where we're building something and getting some equity, instead of acknowledging that we're doing it, they're taking their big dollars and just taking over. And that's the problem that I have, is like certain places, when I look at Uber is more of an example of it's still for the people, run by the people. Amazon is not for the people, run by the people. Chick-fil-A run by people and people, because you can get a Chick-fil-A business. All these businesses are just saying, look, we cannot get left out. When Snapchat started to be Snapchat, then Instagram and created the Reel. It's just a building thing. And it's like always refreshing just to see when there's something for the people, by the people still existing. But as we're in the pandemic, and now even this platform that we're on now, Facebook, they're thinking about charging people.
They'll find a way to monetize.
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna find a way. I mean,
So I guess I'm just,
find their niche. I mean, I agree with what you're saying about Amazon. I acknowledge, yeah, they're the monopoly, etc. You're good. Monopoly and all this. I get that 150%. But I also think that we have to recognize that every good business, all these businesses that have been created in anyone's lifetime, but especially our lifetime, who doesn't create business to make capital? They create, you create a business based on something you love, but at the end of the day, you want some monetary kickback for what you created. And then any business that's created that is successful is created because they filled a void or niche that wasn't already there. So I agree. It doesn't make, if you sit back and look at it, agreed. How did you convince to pimp somebody else out and use their car? When you have taxi companies that have the cars, but no, I want you to use your car now. And it worked because there was a niche. Not because, and I believe that, and I haven't researched the history of Uber and Lyft and all of this stuff. I have always, and don't ask me why, I've always been uncomfortable with taxis.
Me.
I am not comfortable with taxis because
too.
I don't know who you are until you've pulled up. If I can see your little license thing up in the front and all of that stuff. I don't know what the requirements are, none of that. I have to take the taxi, but I don't like to take the taxi. I happen to be more comfortable in Uber.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. I'm more comfortable. Who are you? I can match your license plate number. I know that it is Kela coming to pick me up in the black Yukon truck, elemental PQR. So guess what? And I'm gonna tell you what I still do. When I get picked up in the Uber, I screenshot the page to show that I was picked up and I send it to my husband. So that if anything crazy happened, you can't find Dizzy, oh, my hubby gonna find me because I was in this black truck with Kela Elemental P as the license plate. So I get that. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
He ain't gonna find you now.
He gonna find me if it's Kela. Right. And I will say too, the Airbnb plate, I don't want people living in my house, but I will tell you this, when we travel for our show, that's what me and Kela looking for.
Right.
I need a 4-bedroom house, got a kitchen. Everybody's got their own room. We can retreat to where we need to retreat to, find a common place to do business. We don't have to eat out every day if we don't want to. We got a whole kitchen we can utilize. And at the end of the day, it's cheaper.
It is. And that's what I like doing. Me personally, I don't trust taxis. I think I've only been in one twice in my life, and that's when we were overseas. And then outside of it, I've never even used Uber. I don't have the app. I don't have Uber. I don't have Lyft. When I'm with my folks, if we're going out, we've already decided who's going to be the DD. So
I don't like that though.
Someone drinking at the beginning.
Mad.
Right. So I don't know. It's just about me. I don't trust him. I don't trust none of y'all.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I put something out there? Something Dizzy said and something, cool Candice kind of said when you both were speaking. You both said you don't trust. You don't trust. And I'm going to tell you, all I have to do to create something, you said, oh, you're looking for the niches or whatever. All I got to do is instill some type of fear in you. That's all I have to do. When I create something, I put a fear in you, and that's what my business is. A business is a fear. I make you fear something, so you have to go out and buy something to protect yourself.
That's good.
And that's all it is. For me to say, you know what? I want you to go out, buy a gun. So now they're going to be thinking, oh, man, I need a gun to protect my house and my family. You know, gun prices went up. Then everybody out there buying guns. Now, what else was? Oh, when Amazon, when this flu hit, when what's the name hit, Amazon went up because nobody wanted to leave their homes. So boom, stay at home. Online shopping went up, skyrocketing. So the fear of anything will have people go out and purchase and spend money for protection. That is it. And that's all it is.
Also incite hustle in people who may not have originally have it. And I'm going to tell you how I've seen the hustle come out of people who work for Amazon.
No doubt.
Am I okay? So typically you would see the UPS, the FedEx, and the Amazon truck go by, right? Now you got individuals that are coming by in their own personal vehicles delivering Amazon. Am I the only person who started seeing people delivering Amazon packages in U-Haul trucks?
Yeah. U-Haul, personal vehicles.
So here, right, hold on. Here,
USPS deliver in their regular vehicles too. Somebody delivered a package to my house yesterday.
Right. These individuals who deliver for Amazon as an individual have come up with enough street knowledge, hustle. All I got to do is rent this box truck from U-Haul, and I can carry and deliver more packages and get paid more dough than I can out of my Civic. That's hustle. That's another hustle, you know. And I've never seen that before. I've never seen the U-Haul trucks before. I've seen everything else but U-Haul, and I was like, I don't know if I should be accepting this package. I don't know who it's coming from. So we had the 250. Look, we've been on here a while, so it's time for us to wrap up. However, I do want to say, so Lance is giving us stuff in the chat because something's going on. So Sam, wait a minute, no, who is that? Lance says, T wants to let Kela and me know that if I'm ever snatched, he doesn't know who you are, but he will find me. Right. He has a particular set of skills that he's acquired over a certain career. So
my daddy taught me.
I'm going to be.
I am trained. Okay, you ain't finding her. I've been trained. I've
Dizzy
been trained by a Marine. You're not finding her. Okay, that's not happening.
Like everybody showing up.
Oh, the Dizzy glitch?
Yes, yeah. Glitchy. You guys want to go ahead and do our roundabouts then?
Oh, let's count to 5 and see if she come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Hey. Okay, my bad. So roundabout, so we can get out of here and let everybody get back to their lives. Short, sweet. Where did Marcus must have went it? That person might have stole his phone.
No.
There you go. Okay, there he is. All right, so short, quick, roundabout. I just do want to say, because I'm going to let Cabana be the last one on this, because I feel he has a word to spill into us. So what I want to say is, you know, I appreciate you guys, taking the time to join us today on this show. Marcus, I want you to keep doing your photography thing, because I'm definitely going to need your services again. Please make sure that on this live or either in my inbox, I want all of your social media handles so I can put it under our show so they know how to get in contact with you if they need something. Mr. Brunson, I appreciate you for always keeping us laughing in the comments, but not just that. You will give us a little piece of, you'll drop us a jewel and then drop us a laugh, and drop us a jewel and drop us a laugh. And you create balance in our comment section.
Yeah.
And Miss Sam, I need to say, Miss Sam, you already know, but I am just going to say, keep doing what you're doing with the fire that you are doing it with. Because right now, ma'am, on TikTok, you are Wonder Woman against any type of hate. Yeah. Not this last Wonder Woman movie, though. You the first Wonder Woman movie. I'm just gonna put that out there. No spoiler, but
yeah, I heard it wasn't good.
Yeah. So you keep being the Wonder Woman and fighting for injustice against everything, every platform you stand on. You stand on so many platforms. You be that crusader. Yeah. And Lance, boy, Lance is another one who creates a very good balance in our comment section on a regular basis. I love the insight that he gives. I love the common sense aspect that he provides. And I love how he likes to get Kela riled up.
Yeah.
And how he makes sure every single show, he lets us know Cabana's love life matters too. Yes, I know. So those are my exit words. So cool, Candice, what you got?
I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you taking time out of your schedules to hang out with us. This was an awesome show, just hitting on the different topics and hearing you guys' opinions live and in person. So that was perfect. Thank you to Zoom for allowing us to continue to do this. We sure appreciate you for letting us. This
sponsorship.
Is awesome. But everybody, you know, and continue to enjoy your families from a safe distance. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. New Year's is coming up. Let's all get together and put, you know, good vibes in the air that 2021 is way better than 2020. Because, I mean, if you look at it, it turned 20, but that motherfucker about to turn 21 and get some alcohol in the system. So we're just hoping that...
That means it's gonna turn up. We don't want 2021 to turn up.
Yeah, we wanted to turn it down.
Turn it down.
I need
dial your ass down. Sure.
You're at a 10. I need you at a 2. Just bring it down some.
Right.
Everybody, please remember, wear your mask, wash your hands, wash your face, wash your ass. And make sure you put a coat on them babies if it's cold outside. Come on, man. Don't have the babies out here freezing and looking crazy and you got a jacket and hat on. I don't put it in your throat.
You said you gonna punch them in their throat.
Oh, throat.
Oh, cloak. Gotcha. Okay. Kela, close out words. What you got, boo?
Thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for this year. Like it has been definitely therapeutic for us to show up every Sunday, for me to show up every Sunday. And I know y'all hear me going off every Sunday, so it would be worse if I didn't have y'all. So thank you. I just want to say, make 2020 as good as it's going to be. We are in the house until next fall. Remember that. Stay in the house until next fall, okay? That's probably how long we're going to be in quarantine for. I know that you're out and about, but try to just tone it down. Take it down a notch, okay? And be good to yourselves. Be good to everybody. And I think at the end of the day, to close out 2020, one thing that I have really understood about life itself is that it is the people versus the government. All of us, because they are using your money, your tax money, to give back to you this $600, and then they're making you beg for it. So understanding that we come together as a people and start to listen to each other as a people and not to the people in power, because they're not listening to us, they're listening to the corporations. So let's all together just see how we can come together and have a more harmonious time, because the last 4 years have been very divisive. We are in the middle of a civil war. Let's go ahead and end this and come together as American citizens, all of us.
That. Marcus, what do you have for your exit? Look, are you almost home? Did we get you to your destination? You almost there?
Yes, I am almost in Clarksville. First, thank you all for having me on. It's an honor actually to even think about me, to even bring me on the show. Continue doing what you all are doing. I continue to chime in here and there. I don't got nothing but love for you all. Support Black-owned business. Support everybody else as well. I mean, it's just not that, but you know what I mean. Love Greggory. I mean, I'm bald, but hey, y'all get it.
You could have said beard grease. You could use a grease. It could be love, peace, and beard grease. It's all good.
I mean, I gotta shave it next month, so yeah, nah.
right, all right. All right, Miss Sam, what you got for us, boo?
Oh boy. I'm just so happy y'all exist, for real. 2020 was a crapshoot, but y'all are one of the benefits. It was simultaneously the best and worst year of my life, and I'm glad that you guys are part of the best part.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
Appreciate
Thank you.
I appreciate
Mr. Landon Cannon, are you still with us to be able to say anything, or are you like here and not here, or what?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Give us your closing words, Mr. Lance.
Okay, first and foremost, thank you guys for having me on the show. It's been an honor to be able to tune in almost every weekend and listen to you guys talk about certain topics. And honestly, it's the shot in the arm that America needs. And I honestly don't believe this is publicly broadcasted enough within the nation, which I believe it should be, because what you guys provide is definitely a shot in the arm that everybody needs in regards to any topic you guys cover. So it's been a joy, it's been a struggle, it's been frustrating, and it's been a blessing, all in one. But that's life. That's what we're going to deal with wherever we may go. So I just want to thank you guys for what you guys do. And I encourage everybody to go into an everyday mindset. What can I do to help somebody else? What can I do to be that positive effect for people around me? So that's my challenge to everybody tuning in, and all of you guys as well, which I'm pretty sure you guys do that already, but nothing surprising.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? I know that our connection with you was kind of choppy, but Kela had a specific question that she wanted to ask you on this show today. So Kela's gonna ask you this question. She wanted to make sure you don't remember. See, this is why we don't let you smoke. Okay. Yeah. Kela and I were talking earlier, saying things that we wanted to ask everybody, what we wanted to ask our listeners. And Kela said, I know what I'm gonna ask Lance. I said, what you gonna ask Lance? She told me, I'm gonna ask Lance, which one is his favorite wig?
Yeah. Probably that green and purple one.
Oh, Lance, you on the spot. Which one of Kela's wigs is your favorite wig?
Probably that WAP.
Yeah, I'm talking about that one. He really went in on that WAP one.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's a challenging question. I mean, honestly, I just like to give people a bunch of crap. Honestly, just joke around with people. But I feel like with every wig, she had a different personality on every show.
It does. That's a great answer. That's a very husband answer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's not the wig. It's that you pay attention to. It's the words. It's the insight that the person wearing the wig, or the wig's wearing, however you want to say it. That's what truly matters. So I don't really pay attention all that much. I look and listen to the person and not really what they look like. So
that's what's up. That was a good answer, Lance. Good answer, Lance. But we know your favorite one was the WAP wig. That was the WAP wig. Look, Lance didn't even know what we were talking about on that show. He kept coming for that wig. He don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Brunson.
I'll start off. Thank you for having me on the show. It's my first time ever airing on a podcast, and I'm glad this is my first one. But you guys, I side with Lance again. You guys are very knowledgeable on what we speak about, even if it's just this, that, and the third, and we just put it out there and we discuss it, and we do great things in everything you do, everything you say. Just want to put out, just stay safe, be good, and be very careful. Be very careful when you're vacuuming your yards.
I knew he was gonna
take care.
I'm gonna take a picture just for you outside with my vacuum in the front yard in the grass, and it's just gonna be for you. I'm gonna send you a Christmas card. Probably
there you go.
No, not a Christmas card. I'm gonna send you a 25th of December card. That's not Christmas. It's an un-Christmas card.
No, un-Christmas.
Yes,
yeah.
That's got me in the card. Vacuum in the grass. Forget you, Albert. Okay, so last but not least, I know that there is a word that is manifesting in Cabana's toes, and it's going to come through and channel out of his mouth to close our show. Mr. KB, what do you have for us?
You're not going to do Tyrone?
He is out. I'll talk to y'all about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got
Gang.
yeah,
Gang. All right.
And push positivity.
There you
Push
go.
positivity.
Gang. Guys, I want to say, I think I really enjoyed being transparent. For me, I see myself as the American dream. I am the example. I am very much a person that has been raised with a beautiful mother and a beautiful father and sister to let me explore kind of my personality. I have been raised on musicals such as The Wiz to Peter Pan to West Side Story to The Color Purple on stage. I have been working with children the majority of my life. And I'm gonna try not to get really emotional because this has been unexpectedly challenging for me because it's almost like watching the sands of time start to fall. It seemed like there was a moment where no sand was coming out and all I saw was the sand. And I'm watching the sand slowly fall and it is scary. It is terrifying for me because I believe that dreams are what make people become great. And the more I see how politics, government, and greed and evil holds our futures, plays with our futures, and been doing it all this time, you have to realize it's almost like I was born in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. That's my personality. And I came outside and it wasn't what was inside. I am honestly destroyed. And every day, my friends call me with such devastating news. And so that's what's been happening outside of my own. I have been getting news every single day. And I feel like when a person represents the American dream and they start to shatter, it almost feels like the end is near. So today, it is very important for everybody to understand as individuals that you're needed and that you're necessary. For the person that is listening right now, if you don't feel that you're needed, I'm telling you, you're needed and you're necessary. Your thoughts, your opinions, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you smile, the way you move, it is needed and it is necessary. We have people in this world starting to feel like they're not needed and necessary. And I'm telling you right now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. It is my favorite passage. You know why? It's because right now it's the most important to me because I see nothing. I don't see any future. I don't see any of my dreams, but I believe that it's going to happen. I think it's time for that part of me to be shown that realness because a lot of times we're not given it. We're just given what we want to hear, the candy and the butterflies and all those cute things. But sometimes you really just have to know what it is. And even in being broken, you can still have the victory. And I say that because that's what I'm saying. Even though you saw me cry and you see me breaking down, I still have the victory because my faith is still strong. My hope is still strong. My creativity is still strong. But for all those human beings that are not like us or don't have people to lean on, my heart hurts today. And that's where my tears came from, is that there's so many people that need to know that you're needed and that you're necessary. So my prayer is hopefully in 2021, we don't look at holidays. We don't look at the celebrations. We don't look at all the traditions, but we start to look at each other. And we start to realize that if we have each other, then we can be good. If I know that I can look at my sister or my brother, whether what color you are, that you have me and I have you, then we're good. So my prayer is that 2021, we realize that we're good if we get good with one another. Screw all this politics. I'm not saying the things that we have to deal with, but in your mindset, when this is not going to change your bills, and this is not going to change your family structure, and this is not going to change your marriage. We need to go to a deeper place. And for me, I think I just hit rock bottom where I could not get up. And I thank y'all today for Sam and Albert and Marcus and Lance and Candice and Kela and Dizzy and Tyrone for bringing that energy back into me. Because who knows what will happen if I didn't allow myself to vent on TV today. So that is the most honest that I can be, so that I feel like it's gonna help someone realize, like Dizzy said, you are not alone. We are all going through, but sometimes it gets real, real heavy. And Sam, I feel you. I felt you like maybe 30 minutes into it. And I said to myself, I'm gonna tell her this: no weapon that's formed against you shall prosper, because you have made a decision and you have chosen to stand. And because you are standing, you will always be protected. You will always be surrounded, and you will always be blessed. See, my gift is this: I have to speak life into people, and most people don't speak life. So I speak life into you because it can get scary and it can get fearful, and you can be like, oh my goodness, this goes past color. This goes to the need. So know that you're all right, and that every tear that you cry, and every moment that you feel like, I don't know, that it's okay. Because this is what purpose is about. And because of my purpose, I feel good. And Kela, one of the strongest sisters that I know, everything that you show forth has taught me to become Blaq. And I appreciate you. I'm a balanced person, but you allowed me to know my culture. Cool Candice? Yeah. Without words, the most classiest, intelligent woman that I have really had the pleasure of being around, that has shown me how to speak with authority and know what it is. And know what it is. Dizzy, a boss all day long. Own your life. Know your life. And Tyrone, live your life. He's taught me to live. So today, even in the midst of such deepness, there is a blessing. Love y'all. Thank you so much.
We love y'all. What you got to say? We out. We see you next Sunday.